The ancient Egyptians believed an individual comprised of 7 elements: a body, a heart, a shadow, a name, and then 3 ancient Egyptian words we'll come to: a ka, a ba, and an akh. The ancient Egyptian word we translate body is ha. It was also used to refer to the idea of the self and the person. The ancient Egyptians also had a word hat, which we translate corpse. They seem to have thought of the body as both a whole and also a collection of separate elements. They produced a huge number of protective and healing amulets in the form of separate body parts, such as these carnelian feet and hand, pierced for stringing. There are spells in the coffin texts and Book of the Dead to unite the parts of the body after death, just like Osiris's body was put back together when his brother Seth had hacked it to bits, and the first mummy was created. The word Sah means mummiform. It is a word relating to another ancient Egyptian word meaning noble. It was believed to express the divine qualities of the dead person and assimilated him or her to Osiris, the mythological prototype mummy. But the dead person only expected to become a Sah temporarily, almost like a gestation period. The intention was to be reborn from the mummy wrappings as if from a cocoon, and to appear as a perfect version of his or her earthly form. So the dead are more frequently depicted as if living. The ancient Egyptian word for heart was Eb. They regarded their heart as separate to their body, as the seat of reason, memory, conscience, desire, and emotion. There isn't one single word that sums up what the Eb meant to the ancient Egyptians. The importance of the shadow as an element of a person is found in many cultures, including ancient Egypt. The ancient Egyptian word for a shadow was shut. Ka is often translated spirit. A closer interpretation might be a person's vital life force. The Ka was perhaps the memory of the deceased, and physical representations served to activate this memory. The Ka was represented by a person's double with outstretched arms on his head. We see the Ka of Tutankhamun in his burial chamber on the wall there, the third figure from the left, Tutankhamun with the outstretched arms on his head. The Ka was intimately linked with the physical body and was reunited with the person at death. Dying was sometimes described as joining one's Ka. The Ba is the ancient Egyptian idea of one's soul, released at death. It appears similar to our concept of personality and possibly the moral essence of a person's motivation. It was depicted as a human-headed bird. It was the Ba which was mobile and could travel between the burial and offering chambers, for example. It is clear that the Ba was reliant on food offerings. You can see the male and female Ba beneath the tree there. The Akh was once transfigured and effective spirit. To achieve the status of Akh, or transfigured spirit, it's possible that the ancient Egyptians believed that one's Ba had to unite successfully with one's Ka. Sometimes the status of Akh seems to have been achieved once the Ba had overcome various ordeals in the afterlife. And finally, the name, in ancient Egyptian Ren. This was the identification of a person, his or her essence, and the bearer of his or her individuality. The name defined the person, so mutilation of someone's name after death was believed to deprive the person of an afterlife, a continued existence.